Yo, 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 welcome to the Rocket City Network. So, a lot of folks have been on my head about this whole LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, right? So, I don't have a problem with folks saying that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I really don't. I just have a problem with inconsistencies in an argument, okay? So, a lot of folks who believe that Jordan is the GOAT, right, because he has 6 rings, those same people, they will not acknowledge Bill Russell as the GOAT. Bill Russell having 11 rings, right? Their argument is that Bill Russell, he played against a bunch of janitors, garbage men, and plumbers, and getting 11 rings was easy because he was on a super team, right? And 11 rings couldn't be duplicated in the 80s and the 90s because the competition was stiffer, right? So I understand that. That's a pretty good argument. What I don't understand is folks, they won't give people that played in LeBron's era the same pass, right? We have to understand that Jordan has 6 rings, LeBron has 4 rings, right? And we can get into the debate about the whole Jordan wins 6-0 in the finals and LeBron is 4-6, right? But wouldn't you say that nowadays, or this era, it's pretty hard to keep a core of all-stars or max players on the same team more than 3 years, right? So what LeBron has been able to do with his 4 rings during his whole career, I think is about just as equivalent as Jordan getting 6 rings in the 90s, right? Because LeBron, he's playing in an era where everybody is out for themselves. When Jordan played, it was more so about rep, you sticking with your team, this, that, and the third, right? Players today, they're more conscious about gaining and earning generational wealth, right? That's what it's all about, right? Making sure that your legacy, your family legacy is intact. And they saw too many players from the past go broke, and it's very disheartening. It's very disheartening. So my thing is this: if y'all are gonna clown Bill Russell for having 11 rings during a time period where most of the players weren't as athletically gifted as him, right? Why can't you do the same for Jordan? Because if you look at it, right, what other shooting guard was on a similar level than Jordan, right? What other guard? Would you say Clyde Drexler? That's the only one I can think of, right? That is the only legitimate threat to Jordan. And he wasn't much of a threat, right, in the grand scheme of things. But if you look at the perimeter players in the last 20 years, there's been a lot of great ones, right, that came through the league. And I know you guys are going to say, well, you know, Penny Hardaway, he played during the Jordan era. Grant Hill, perimeter player, he played during Jordan, right? That was in the tail end of his career. And while Jordan was playing them, those guys were cooking Jordan. Yes, they were. They were cooking Jordan. Allen Iverson was cooking Jordan. Allen Iverson was scoring 30 points against Jordan-led teams. He was cooking him, right? So that's my whole thing. I just wish that people would be more consistent with their arguments and just be more consistent. I mean, you have a group of folks who believe that Jordan couldn't win without Scottie Pippen, right? He couldn't win without Scottie Pippen. And some people believe that, well, you know, if Reggie Miller was on that squad instead of Pippen, Jordan would have still have 6 rings, right? Now, that's all hypothetical, right? Because we saw what he could do and he couldn't do without Pippen, right? You can also extend that to Phil Jackson. What was Jordan without Phil Jackson? Where was Jordan's killer instinct when the Bulls were blowing up that team? Where was his killer instinct in, you know what, I'm going to prove that I'm the GOAT. I'm going to take 90% of the roster that we still have, and I'm going to take them to the finals. I'm going to take them to the promised land. And I'm going to do it without Pippen, and I'm going to do it without Phil. What does Jordan do? What does he do? He quits again. He quits again. Whereas you have a player like LeBron. Yes, he's played with a bunch of all-stars, right? Before LeBron went to the Heat, Dwayne Wade and the Heat, they were in shambles. They were not making the playoffs. They were not a championship caliber team. When Bosh and LeBron joined Wade, they became a championship caliber team within the first year. Of course, they lost to Dallas. And I know that Dallas loss, it was pretty bad, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, that Dallas team actually swept the defending world champions Lakers that year in that same playoff series. They also beat KD, Harden, and Westbrook in that same playoff series. So them beating LeBron in the Heat, I mean, it's not that much of a fluke. Mind you, go back and look at those regular season matchups between the Dallas Mavericks and the Heat. Who won those games? That is my homework to you all. Who won those games in 2010-2011 season? Who won those games? Rhetorical question. I know the answer. And that just makes my argument even more stronger about that Dallas team being a formidable opponent to LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and the Heat. Go back and let me know in a comment thread who won those matchups in the regular season. So it's not really that shocking that Dallas performed so well in the playoffs against the Heat, right? It's not too shocking. A lot of folks believe that LeBron, he only won with all-stars, right? Wade had one ring before he got with LeBron. He had one ring. And that ring was with a prime Shaq. I had one individual tell me that Shaq was not in his prime when he won a ring with Dwayne Wade down in Miami. Shaq in 2006, go look it up, he was an all-NBA first-team selection, meaning he was top 5 in the league, number 1 at his position. Him and D Wade, they did something great. They got them boys a championship. Mind you, they also had one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, Pat Riley, leading it. Right? You look at Ray Allen. Ray Allen had one ring before he got with LeBron, and he got that ring on a super team. I'm calling it like it is. All right? Kyrie. LeBron has 3 rings without Kyrie. He has 3 rings without Kevin Love. He also has 3 rings without AD. So we've seen LeBron succeed on different teams, different coaches, different systems. But we never saw that with Jordan. We never saw Jordan outside of Pippen and Phil Jackson. Well, there you have it, folks. The Rocket City Network. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we out. Yeah.